Hello, welcome to Right as Rain Crochet. Today we're doing these little alien guys. This is my adaptation of a Larzapan Creations. I will put the Etsy link below to the pattern. I am doing it a little different than the pattern. Well, not a little bit, quite a bit different than the pattern. But anyway, you guys can see the way that I do it. Today I'm going to be using worsted weight yarn and a size 3mm hook. You might also want just about this much black felt. If you want, what I do is once we cinch these together, there are these, let me get a better color, I'm sorry here. There are these little holes that are left. You cannot see them in the video, but so I just glue a piece like this on the back. And that camos that hole right there really well. So we're going to go ahead and get started. What we want to do first, let's go ahead and make the two arms. They are very simple. We're going to do a magic ring. We're going to single crochet 6 in the magic ring. And we are going to do 2 rows of 6 single crochets. So typically I go in and I tuck my yarn. I do my first single crochet, I pull that tight. And then as I go around, I try to tuck if you can. And that's 4. At about 4, what I try to do is flip this before it gets too tight, and then we can't even get to our stitches, let alone see them or distinguish where we need to go. So that was on 4, and now we can kind of pull over and crochet on the top of it up here like this. That's 5. And that's 6. And let's go ahead and go around one more time. Four, 5, and one more is 6. Okay, you can either cut this yarn or shove it in there if you can get it in there, but we did tuck it when we crocheted around, so we should be fine. So now we want to go ahead and crochet 1, and what we're going to do is we're going to crochet or single crochet across 3 stitches. So that's 1, that's 2, and 3. Very nice. Now we're going to go ahead and cut our yarn, and we're going to make another hand, and I'll see you back here when you have both of them made. Okay, I'm back on my last one. We do not need any tails at all. We are going to crochet this actually all together, and we're going to incorporate the arms or the hands, whatever you'd like to call them, with the 3 single crochets. So I just get those cleaned up a little bit so that when it's time we are ready to do that. And we're going to go ahead and set those aside. And now what we're going to do is we're going to start on the legs. We're going to crochet 1 leg, fasten it off, sew in the ends, the second leg, and then connect the 2 together and move from the feet up to the top of the head. So let's start with a magic ring and 6 single crochets. Let's go ahead and cinch that up. Then let's single crochet increase around, so we have a total of 9 stitches. Try to tuck in that tail if you can. Like I said before, I like to do my first single crochet and then cinch, and then I can go ahead and put that in there without any problems. We'll have 3 of these sets total. And then if you want, after your second one, go ahead and get that flipped, now that you know that everything is nice and stable. And then we should have 1 more set of a single crochet increase. Okay, very nice. Hope everybody is keeping up. Now we're going to go ahead. I can trim this just so it is out of your guys' face. My stitch marker usually is flopping enough. This stitch markers are amazing. They're cord, so I don't split them when I'm crocheting. Now we're going to do 2 single crochet increase around. We'll do that 3 times so that we have a total of 12 at the end. So there's single crochet, increase. Single crochet, increase, and 1 more time. And increase. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and fasten up our yarn, sew in our ends. We are going to make this 1 more time, but do not fasten off. We are going to actually connect the 2 feet. So go ahead and do that other foot, and I will meet you guys back here when you are ready. Okay, we're back around with our second foot. Now what we're going to do is we have 12 stitches in each foot. We're going to go ahead and single crochet them together, and we're going to crochet. So go ahead and join the other foot with the single crochet. So that's 1 on your left hand foot. Let's keep going around. That's 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and whoops, and 12. That is 1 foot completed. Now we were going to go ahead and do 12 single crochets on the other side to make a total of 24. So that's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 1 more there, 24. Wonderful. Okay, now we want to make sure we have 24 stitches. Let's do that. So now what we want to do is 2 single crochet decreases so we can get to 18. 2 single crochet. We'll do invisible decrease, and that is going to be the front loop of the first stitch, the front loop of the second stitch, pull the yarn through, and then finish your single crochet. 1, 2, decrease, 1, 2, this one is hard because it's always right in the crotch area. Decrease, 1, 2, decrease, 2, decrease. Now the biggest part on this is to make sure that you are finished with 18 stitches. Sometimes you skip where it's connected. That is fine. Like I said, we just want to make sure you have 18 stitches. So if you get to the end and cannot do a decrease, it's just because you skipped one of these stitches that were really tight, which was a decrease anyway. So go ahead and count around, make sure you have 18, and get back to the beginning. From there, we're going to be smooth sailing. All right, now that you know for sure you have 18, like for example, this time I only had 1 stitch at the end. I could not decrease, and that's just because I skipped one in the middle where the crotch area where it's really tight. That's fine. Like I said, that's a decrease in itself. Let's do 2 rows of 18 single crochet. Count your stitches, make sure you're still on 18. I'll meet you back here as soon as you've done 2 rows of 18. I hope that all went smooth enough. Let's go ahead and single crochet decrease so we can get down to 12. And our last decrease here. Now you might want to go ahead and stuff your feet just so it's a little easier to get in there. I always like to pull it apart quite a bit so it is a little bit more malleable once it gets in. When it's stuck together like that, when you go to shape stuff, it doesn't shape very well because it's stuck to itself. It hasn't been pulled apart, so that stuffing doesn't get a chance to be as to move as much because it's stuck together. Okay, so now let's do single crochet increase to back to 18 again. Make sure you get your finger in there so that that stuffing is not getting pulled out. Single crochet increase. Going back up to 18 stitches. single crochet in my last increase. Okie doke. Now we want to get our arms ready because we're about ready to crochet them in. So we're going to be doing 18 single crochets total around. But what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate our arms so we don't have to sew them on later. Now this is really just an estimate of what stitches you're going to need. Please look at your work. And make sure that your arms are lined up depending on where you landed. So I'm going to do 4 single crochets. And what I want to look at here is my arm going to be, our arms are 3 stitches, remember? Are my arms going to be on the side of my body? And I'm happy with that, so I'm going to go ahead and what we're going to do is single crochet the arms onto the body. So find your first single crochet and crochet it on to the body like this. Pull through, single crochet. Do the second one in the next stitch. And the third one in the last one. Well, it's not really the last one, is it? But the last of them together. And then I had 6 single crochets. Okay, so this is my 6th one here. And I'm going to look and say, okay, am I going to be happy with my arm here? And I feel like I am. You have a total of 18 stitches in this round, so if you have to work work this round a little different than me, that's fine. It's so much better to have it off 1 stitch here or there. And have your arms on your body correctly than to try to do it exactly the same amount of stitches that I'm doing it, because it's not necessarily always going to turn out that way. And so we should have 2 stitches left to make 18, and I have 2 left. So there's 1 and 2. Good job, guys. Now we got our little arms on. Next round is 2 single crochet increase with a total of 24 stitches. See, we're just going to go ahead and crochet on those top V's that are up there as if there was not even an arm on there. Don't even think about those right now. We're just going to act like they're not there. Two single crochet increase all the way around with a total of 24 stitches. And then go ahead and do another round of just 24 stitches, and I'll meet you back here. We are back around with 24 single crochets. We're going to do a round of 3 single crochet increase, and then a round of 4 single crochet increase. 1, 2, 3. Increase. We'll do that all the way around, and then we're going to do 4 single crochet increase. See you then. We made our way around with 4 single crochet increase. We should have 36 stitches. We are now going to do 4 rounds of 36 stitches, 4 rounds. I will see you when this is just a little bit taller. Whew, you guys exhausted? Nah, he's just a little guy. All right, we got our 4 rounds done. Now we're going to do 4 single crochet decrease. That is going to get us down to 30. And then let's go ahead and do 3 single crochet decrease. That'll get us down to 24. That'll give you guys a couple rounds to work. See you then. All right, you guys might want to start stuffing now. Hopefully you guys have got 3 and 4 done without any problems. We're going to keep stuffing as we close the top of our alien head in, but it's nice to get some in there. Now, because we're crocheting backwards instead of starting at the top of the head like most typical patterns are, we're starting at our feet and working our way up. So what happens is when we crochet up here at the top, it has a tendency to stretch. You need to be very diligent in keeping your stitches tight or it will look stretched, and we do not want that. So be diligent on doing that, because now we're going to go ahead and decrease down to 2 single crochets and then a decrease. And as you can see, you need to keep this really tight, even if you've got to pull this over and hold it with your hands. The material itself, the stuffed animal itself, the project, you do want these to stay tight. You're going to regret it if you just slap this together. Do you see how I like pull that tension to make sure we're keeping tight? And as we go around, there's really no use in doing this with you guys. You guys are far enough along that I think that you guys can do this. We're going to do the 2 single crochet decrease, stuff, 1 single crochet decrease, stuff, and then we're going to do 6 decreases and stuffing again if possible. I will meet you back here once you guys have got 2 single crochet decrease, 1 single crochet decrease, and then 6 decreases around. Do not forget to keep stuffing. Thought I'd join you guys back here when we do the 6 decreases. Hopefully your top is looking like this, nice and tight. That is how we want to keep it so that it doesn't look odd. So we're going to go ahead and do our 6 decreases. Watch that stuffing, because now we have it stuffed quite a bit. We really need to hold on to that and make sure this last step's going to be just a little trying, because you want to keep it so tight that it looks like this is where you started, right? We don't want anybody to know any different. We'll keep it our secret. Whoops. If doing the invisible decrease is a little too hard for you guys right here, go ahead and just do a regular decrease. No one's going to see any different. It's right at the top. You don't have anything in any kind of consistent row, so it really isn't. It really isn't going to be any kind of a big deal. So let's go ahead and get our last set here. Sorry if I keep getting out of the picture. All right, we don't need a very long tail. We're just going to go ahead and cut it, pull it through. Go ahead and grab your needle. And what we're going to do is we're going to go through the front loop here of the 6 stitches that we have left. We're going to be able to pull this tight, and it is going to look so good. People are not even going to believe that this is where we ended at. You know you're always on your last, because it's this one right here always sticking up. We're going to pull it tight and go right down the center, and we're going to pull it out. Pull that in. Looks very nice. Good job, everybody. Okay, we're just going to weave this in. And let's go ahead and you guys get your, whatever color you're doing your eyes in. I'm going to do mine in a white color just so that you guys can see how it's made. But we've already made our little alien. It wasn't that swift, neat, and not too painful. So I'll see you guys back here ready for our eyes. Our eyes are pretty simple. We're going to make a magic ring, and we're going to chain 2. This does not count as a stitch. We're going to do 9. Hold on to that magic ring because we got a lot of big stuff going in here. So we're going to do 9 double crochets in the magic ring. I'm going to get some yarn. Eight and 9. Now we're going to do a triple. That's where we're going to wrap it twice. We're going to come through 2, come through 2, come through 2. Chain 1, do another triple, and 9 double crochets in the magic ring. Okay, that's 8 and 9. Let's cinch up that circle the best we can. So as you can see, do you see this hole that's in here? This is the hole that I was talking about that I do not like. So what I do is I will just take a little piece of felt that's color, that is that color, matches the color. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue just around here like this. It doesn't need very much. It's going to be up against the eyes. It's going to hold it just enough to tack it on. And then I just set that on there like so. What I'm going to do is let you guys finish your other eye. Get your patches glued on if you're doing that. You don't have to. They can be cinched as tight as possible and put on like so. It just looks really neat when it's solid black all the way in there. I like it better anyway. I'll let you guys do your other eye, sew in your ends, glue on your felt if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and make 2 black eyes so that I can go ahead and get them on my alien. And I will see you guys once we are ready to start placing the eyes on. Good luck. Yay, you guys got some eyes done. So what I do at this point to get these on where I like them to be is I always want a couple rows down here, as you can see. And then I find my center point, and I'm just going to go ahead and give myself a reference where I want the center for my eyes to come off of. And then I just try to line this one up like so. And we are going to pin these really well. That way they won't move on you guys while you guys are sewing them in. Maybe not put these many pins on the first time you guys put your eye on. Make sure you got it where you want it. I've just got done making 3 of these, so I figured I think I'm pretty good. Not with the other one. I'll take some time on it though. So we're going to set this. We want there to be a growth between the eyes here. And so that I think is looking nice. I'm going to go ahead and pin this. And then we're going to sew these in. If you guys still have this little booger here, just from when we slip stitched, make sure you are crocheting, or you're stitching this in going that direction. That'll pull that nice and tight. So we'll go ahead, and what I do is I'll go down one, remove that pin marker, because I know I've done that. Make sure you're coming right back in, not splitting any yarn, but coming right back into that same one you came out of. And we are literally just going to go all the way around the eye, just like this. And as we hit a pin, we can go ahead and move the pin and just make this really nice and smooth for all of us. See you at the end. All right, I hope everything went well and you got yourself a cute little alien. Like I said, you can do this in some smaller yarn and needle or and hook, and you could even make little keychains out of these. It's just easier for me to demonstrate, to have the video with worsted weight that's a little bit bigger yarn for everybody to see and for me to work. So I hope you guys enjoyed my adaptation of our alien pattern. And like always, please like, share, and subscribe. See you soon.